Now to some of the big legal cases we are following in this week's Burden of Proof. Hip-hop mogul Jay-Z facing a rape allegation.
Jay-Z comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the
I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's going to order you to.
A lot of people allowed it to go on, said nothing, didn't intervene, maybe benefited from it, profited from it. All of these individuals and entities, in my view, have exposure here.
Jay-Z's ongoing legal battle with attorney Tony Buzzbee has taken a dramatic turn, with the rap mogul achieving a significant victory in a case that has captured widespread attention. Questions about the credibility of the victim's account are mounting after NBC News aired an interview with the accuser. The inconsistencies in her story have ignited debates, potentially weakening the allegations against both Jay-Z and Diddy, who were implicated in the claims. The lawsuit centers around allegations that Jay-Z and Diddy assaulted an Alabama woman 24 years ago when she was just 13 years old. The woman alleges she was drugged, assaulted, and taken to an after-party by the celebrities following the 2000 VMAs. However, new details emerging from her interview with NBC News have raised doubts about her recollections. In the months leading up to the case, Tony Buzzbee painted a vivid narrative of a night gone wrong, leveraging high-profile media platforms to amplify the allegations. Jay-Z and Diddy, two of the most influential figures in entertainment, faced a barrage of scrutiny as the public tried to piece together the timeline of events. But as details come to light, the narrative is shifting. In the interview, the woman admitted to having inconsistencies in her account, acknowledging she had made some mistakes in recalling the events of that night. Among the most significant issues, father's recollection. The victim claims her father picked her up following the alleged attack, but her father told NBC News he does not remember the event. He added that, given the 5-hour drive from their home to New York City, this is something he would have likely recalled.
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, "I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind," he said.
Location of the after party. The woman described being taken to a venue she could not identify, speculating in the lawsuit that it was the Lotus nightclub. However, images and descriptions of the Lotus do not match her account. Buzzbee clarified that the lawsuit never definitively claimed the venue was the Lotus, though this discrepancy remains a challenge. Celebrity encounter. The victim stated she interacted with musician Benji Madden at the alleged after-party, but representatives for Madden have confirmed he was on tour in the Midwest during the VMAs and could not have been present. This raises questions about whether the victim could have misidentified Jay-Z and Diddy as her attackers.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper, because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time.
Transportation to New York. The victim claimed a friend drove her to New York that night. NBC News attempted to verify this, but found that the individual, who would have been 20 years old at the time, has since passed away. Efforts to reach the friend's family were unsuccessful.
The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died.
Timeline and locations. Jay-Z and Diddy's whereabouts on the night of the alleged incident do not fully align with the victim's claims. While they were seen at the VMAs and other venues, their exact movements remain unclear, creating further uncertainty. Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, has strongly criticized Buzzbee for filing the lawsuit without thorough vetting. Spiro accused Buzzbee of promoting a false story in the media and vowed to seek disciplinary action if the case is dismissed. In a statement, Jay-Z emphatically denied the allegations, saying, "This incident didn't happen." Spiro also highlighted the damage that such claims can inflict, not only on Jay-Z's reputation, but also on the credibility of real victims.
And this is one step further. right? This is a pointed and formal accusation of something, and I felt it needed to be responded to. I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is move that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's going to order you to. What changed here in my mind is that somebody, so-called journalistic platform, exploited that kind of random rumor mill, whether it's disconnected from reality. And by doing that, they not only caused harm here, but they are also droning out the voices of real victims.
It is stunning that a lawyer would file such a serious complaint without proper vetting, Spiro said. We are asking the court to dismiss this baseless case and will pursue additional discipline against Buzzbee and all attorneys involved. Despite the mounting challenges, Buzzbee has defended his decision to take on the case. He stated that his firm thoroughly interrogated the victim and that she even volunteered to take a polygraph test. Buzzbee also noted that the victim's stress from the case has led to seizures and other health issues, emphasizing the toll this ordeal has taken on her. Our client remains fiercely adamant that what she stated is true to the best of her memory, Buzzbee said in a statement. We will continue to vet her claims and collect corroborating evidence to the extent it exists. Buzzbee's reputation as a hard-hitting attorney who has taken on giants before is on the line. Legal analysts suggest that while his intentions may be genuine, the lack of solid evidence could harm his standing in future high-profile cases. The court of public opinion is deeply divided. Critics argue that the inconsistencies undermine the case and point to the power dynamics at play. Jay-Z, a billionaire and cultural icon, has substantial backing from influential entities like the NFL and Disney, raising questions about whether the victim can fairly challenge such formidable opponents. Supporters of the victim, however, highlight the difficulties of recounting traumatic events decades after they occur. Memory gaps and inconsistencies, they argue, are not uncommon in such cases. Advocacy groups have stressed the importance of taking all allegations seriously while ensuring that due process is upheld. Media speculation has added another layer of complexity. Numerous podcasts, blogs, and YouTube channels have dissected the case, often amplifying unverified claims. This has created a whirlwind of misinformation, further complicating the public's perception of the legal proceeding. This case has drawn parallels to the ongoing legal troubles of Diddy, who is facing multiple allegations of abuse and assault. While the connection between the cases remains speculative, they underscore a broader conversation about accountability and the challenges of pursuing justice against powerful individuals. Observers note that high-profile lawsuits like this one often set precedents, influencing how similar cases are handled in the future. Legal experts are watching closely, not just for the outcome, but for the procedural strategies employed by both sides. Buzzbee has 48 hours to respond to the allegations of inconsistencies and provide a stronger foundation for his client's case. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's team is preparing to file motions to dismiss the lawsuit entirely. If the case is dismissed, Spiro has hinted at pursuing sanctions against Buzzbee, potentially bringing this saga to an abrupt end. Legal scholars predict a heated courtroom battle in the coming weeks. With the stakes this high, both sides are likely to pull out all the stops. Public interest in the case shows no signs of waning, ensuring that every twist and turn will be closely scrutinized. Regardless of the outcome, this high-profile case continues to raise questions about the legal system's ability to balance power dynamics, media influence, and the pursuit of truth. As new developments emerge, the public remains glued to this unfolding legal drama, eager to see whether justice, in any form, will prevail. As we await the next chapter in this saga, one thing is clear: the battle for truth and accountability is far from over. Jay-Z, Buzzbee, and the legal teams involved are gearing up for what promises to be a landmark moment in celebrity litigation.